good morning, and welcome to VSA Capital 5 Minute Winning Miner. It's Tuesday, the 2nd of June, and it's a rather soggy morning this morning, isn't it, Ollie? But I think you came in about 15 minutes later and avoided the rain.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, whereas I got wet. I'm in a bit before Ollie, but we're the two cyclists at VSA Capital. There you go. We watch the weather. We also watch the markets, though, and the big one this morning is a proposed acquisition by Camel. I suppose it's a case of second time round. Let's see if we can make this one work, which it probably will. But you better give your view on it, Ollie, and then I'll maybe finish with my view.
So Camel are buying Cygnus Metals. It's an all-share deal for implied Australian dollar 232 million. Cygnus owns Chibougamau project in Quebec, which is a copper gold project. It is rather high grade, 3.3% copper equivalent, and 14 million tons. Puts it at about the same sort of ballpark as Coonrad in terms of contained tons of copper for context. It is an actual mine rather than a tailings deposit, or will be a mine, but it's a hub and spoke model. There is an existing plant, 900,000 tons a year, although that's been idle for 17 or so years. In 2022, Dore Copper, who were the owners at the time, they produced a PEA, which, because of that existing plant, meant capex of just 180 million Canadian, so that's quite low. Now, Camel will finish the PEA because it's due out in Q1 26, and they will be updating for a larger resource and current pricing, because previously that post-tax NPV was just 190 million Canadian, so 1-to-1 on NPV to capex, but obviously that should be significantly higher now. In terms of jurisdiction, it's good because Camel know how to operate in cold environments because of Kazakhstan, but the permitting could take some years, maybe 6, 7, possibly longer, because of the process in Quebec, which is actually better than some of the other jurisdictions in Canada. So I guess the real question is, can the market start to value this before Coonrad drops off significantly?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of question marks out on this deal. The market has taken it pretty flat. Doesn't really know how to price it in. It feels a little bit like a management team who made a disastrous acquisition, failed to make an acquisition, and they've gone for sort of what I describe as a little bit of a safe option just because they need to do something because they're a very highly paid management team and couldn't carry on as they were. So maybe a bounce back a little bit quick with a sort of rather dull deal. There's going to be a lot of Aussie shareholders, I suspect, wanting to sell out over the next few, well, when it's completed, months and years. Why they'd want to own an AIM mining stock? There's no need for an Aussie to do that, to be honest. There's so many Aussies. I think there's 1,900 listed mining stocks in Australia, so you just wouldn't bother to own this. So I don't really see this, unfortunately, getting the price of Camel really going. But we'll wait and see. Wait and see what they've got to say. The jury is still out, shall we say. We'll watch this space.
I would just say that as well, there are some quite interesting lithium licenses in this company, which could create some option value down the line.
Okay, that's interesting. And we know around that area there is actually quite big lithium players, aren't there, that maybe would do something with it.
And are active.
Yeah, very active, and have the process plants in place. Okay, let's move on. We'll watch the space. The jury's still out. Let's do some fairly quick one. Goldstone Resources. Emma Priestley. She's given us a Sierra Leone update.
Yes, brief update. They've installed a wash plant at their project in Sierra Leone, and they've identified coarse gold during the commissioning. It's pretty small scale artisanal type mining with just an excavator doing the work. And Goldstone sent some of his local management team out to help. Goldstone gets all of the revenue from the first 70 ounces from these licenses.
I mean, we have a lot of time for Emma, but Goldstone as a stock has got completely stuck. It needs what I describe as sort of a bit of a revamp. It is up 12% year to date, but it's come down from huge highs. So sort of need something big to happen there, I feel. But Emma, if you're passing by, if you're in the country, do pop in and I'll give you some ideas. Now, we've had an ops update from Strategic Minerals. They're obviously also excited about the fact there's the Cornish Mining Conference next week. I think it's called the UK Mining Conference, but it's held in Falmouth. I'm actually in Cornwall next week, but I'm rather busy. It's my mother's 94th birthday. So I can't go around, but I will pop in very briefly. Maybe I'll meet Mark Burnett and Dennis Rodham whilst they're down there, because they're obviously the Strategic Minerals Management. They're there presenting their update. I don't think it says an awful lot more other than the fact they want to drill and keep drilling, and they're going to drill out the whole of Cannington as far as I can see.
Well, it is drilling for the PFS, so lots of infill drilling to give a very detailed picture of the ore body, and we already know that's underway. It'll be 12 months of infill drilling at least.
They seem to have hogged all the drill rigs that are down there in Cornwall. We know that Tamar would like to get hold of one. Come on, guys, let Tamar have one. Okay, there's a little bit of news out on Pulsar Helium.
I think we've covered most of the updates from Pulsar really over the last few weeks that came up with the Q1 operating updates. Obviously, the big news in the quarter was their $10 million fundraise post-period end. They've acquired the surface rights. They've been able to get this fast-track permitting process up and running for helium in Minnesota. And then a small announcement this morning saying an extra 330,000 sterling of warrant exercises. So that helps the bank balance.
Always nice to help the bank balance. Maybe just finish quickly on Power Metals. They've had their results.
Speaking about companies that have had a reboot, obviously this is the old Sula mining, but turned into a project generator, which has been incredibly successful. Guardian Metals wasn't actually their first exit, but they did very well on that and realised about £14 million last year with the tungsten boom. They've reinvested some of that into various companies, Apex Royalties and Mine Starters, which is a blockchain, not quite crypto mining investment company. So diversifying away from pure project generation, but they've done very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a bit of a fan base, Power Metal Resources, isn't it? So, and a project generator company in many ways is exactly what the market needs at the moment, because you need smart people who can find good new projects and help get them going, and then let them off like children so they become adults. You're only just starting there, Ollie. But it's a great idea, so we'll keep an eye on that one. That'll do for now. We'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.